Next, we're going to talk about a lump sum, or what we call a basket purchase. This is when we purchase several assets in a group and we pay one price for them. For example, let's say that you purchased a land and a building and you paid $450,000 to purchase those two together. In your books of accounting, how much are you going to record your land at and how much are you going to record your building for? You won't know that because you paid one lump sum. It was a basket purchase. To figure out how much each asset should be recorded in our books, we allocate the price that we paid for those assets based on the market value of each asset. We'll do an example next to illustrate this. Moore Inc. purchased a land and a building for $450,000. The market value of the land and the building was $100,000 and $400,000 respectively. The question is, how much should we record for land and how much should we record for the building in our books of accounts? The first thing that you need to do when you're presented with this type of problem is figure out the purchase price, which is $450,000, and then the market value of what we purchased, which is $100,000 for the land and $400,000 for the building. Once you have those numbers, the first step that you need to do is figure out the percentage of each asset in relation to the total market value. The two assets that we got were land, which had a market value of $100,000, and building, which had a market value of $400,000. The total market value of what we purchased was $500,000. The next step is to figure out how much is the market value of land as a percentage of the total market value, and then how much is the market value of the building as a percentage of the total market value of the lump sum. How do we figure it out? For land, we take the total market value, which is $100,000, divided by the total market value of the whole purchase, the land and building, and then we multiply that by 100, which gives us 20%. This means that land is 20% of the market value of your purchase. Now we need to find out how much the building is as a percentage of the total market value. To do that, you take $400,000 divided by $500,000, multiplied by 100, which gives you 80%. This means your building is 80% of your total market value. That's step one. Once you find out the percentages of the total market value, you allocate your purchase price based on these percentages. So the next step is to figure out how much we paid for our land and how much we paid for our building. Our purchase price was $450,000 and 20% of that was for land. So you would multiply $450,000 by 20%, which gives you $90,000. Therefore, we paid $90,000 for the land. Now let's look and see how much we paid for the building. Again, our purchase price is $450,000 and the building was 80% of the total purchase. Therefore, 450,000 times 80% is 360,000, and that is the price that we paid for the building. So in your books, what you're going to do is you're going to debit land for $90,000, debit your building for $360,000, and credit cash for the $450,000 that you paid.